You got about 12 minutes to interview 4 people who can do this good job.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first ever race of the Kyle Busch IndyCar Series. This is race number 1 at the Auto Club Speedway. It is a beautiful day here in Fontana, California. So many cars ready to make history in this league. The first ever running of an IndyCar division in the Nick and Chase Racing League. I am your host, IBCS. Joining me up in the booth today will be the division owner of Mr. Pickles. Mr. Pickles, thank you for joining me. What can we possibly expect for today's race?
I honestly expect a relatively clean and fast-paced race. I feel like we got a lot of the main characters of the division here that I feel like are going to show up for most races this season. So I feel like it's going to be a good battle. I think for those who did show up, are going to get a nice early jump on the points here, especially that winner of the race.
Yeah, well, absolutely. It's going to be a great race here today. Oh, whoops. My bad, folks. Sorry about that. See if I could get myself back looking at the camera. There we go. Yay. But anyways, on to our picks to win. Pickles, who do you got?
I got Pope Francis. There is just no way. An auto club practice earlier, the hour-long practice that we've had
You
here,
can call me by
he was
name, by the
easily the
way.
fastest. So I'm going Pope Francis.
Alright, well, a ton of drivers in today's race. Let me take a look at the roster. I might have to go with the number 2 of Parker. He's shown a ton of pace here today, starting on the pole. I think he'll be able to get it done. Well, with that being said, let's go interview the drivers right now on the grid. Start off with the number 88 of Parker. Parker, you are starting on the pole for today's race, trying to win the first ever race of the IndyCar division. How are you going to be able to achieve that? Because, man, oh man, Fontana is a really hard track to nail.
Yeah, I mean this track, it's all gonna be about angles in this race and staying in the draft. But I mean I'm feeling good. Ran one lap this whole weekend, and that one lap got us pole position, so I'm feeling pretty good. But I mean this is IndyCar. I'm not an open wheel driver. I'm really known for just racing in the NASCAR series, so this is new for me, but it looks like we're making it work right now, and hopefully we can make it work for the rest of the season.
All right, well,
Not to
good.
mention you got that 1 point from the pole.
Oh yeah, we're alright points leader, boys.
All right, well, good luck to you, Parker. Now we're going to head over to Mr. Pickles, who's with the number 3.
Well, I know I kind of put a little bit of pressure on you, and you're my driver, so I'm kind of putting even more pressure on you to perform. But I really got it in you. How do you plan on tackling this race today?
Well, that's a tough one. You see, you can't really tell how a race is going to go by the moment it starts. You have to work through it and take all the challenges that come with it head on. So that's what I'm planning to do today.
Pretty sound strategy right there. I feel like I can't wait to see him possibly in victory lane today as a car owner.
Thank you.
Well, very interesting car right over here. See who it
I like that
is.
scheme.
Huh? Yeah, actually a very interesting scheme, as a matter of fact. So number 1, let me take a look and see, who that is, real quick. That's AXJ Racing, I believe. So, AXJ Racing, we talk about the insanity of this track and how, fast it is. Which are challenges that Auto Club provides? How are you going to be able to make your way up through the field and try to win this race?
Just stay in the draft, don't get any big wrecks, and just keep clean.
Alright, well, good luck to you here today. Now we're going to head over to
Thank you.
Mr. Pickles with the 14.
Well, I must say this 14 car kind of reminds me of Clint Boyer's Jack Daniels car. If you remember that all the way back from like 2000s NASCAR IRL. But can't wait to see what the 14 has in it. First of all, 14, how are you feeling since appearance? I know that for a fact in this league so far. Didn't appear in any practice How do you think you're gonna stand up against these guys?
I'm feeling good. I think I had a fast car in practice. I just didn't have my best qualifying effort. But I think if I work my way up throughout the whole race, I can get it done.
Good to hear it.
Okay, well, very interesting on that. Now we're gonna head over to the number 66 car. Apologies if I like don't
Hello,
see your
Mr.
name. I'm like trying to get the roster memorized. But hey, you know, quite honestly, you've shown a ton of pace. Unfortunately, starting in the rear of the field. How are you gonna make your way up through the field and try to win this race?
Well, it's gonna be a little bit tough because I did not practice for a long time. So, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit difficult, but I hope we will have a fun race here.
He's muted.
Okay, well, good luck to you, man. Now we're gonna head over to Mr. Pickles, who's with the number 6. Sorry, I think that's a 5. If I'm no, that's a 15.
Well, no offense, Xbox, but I'm not very confident after I saw that qualifying in turn 1 where you just
Oh my goodness.
Where you just kind of like became like scared and just back like hit the brakes in turn 1. I don't really know what's happening there. But interesting. I think that was your first lap, so interesting. Nice scheme out of 15. How do you plan?
Oh,
on
yeah,
making
you know,
the race?
Yeah, my qualifying laps suck, and I'll be the first one to say it. You know, first ever
Bring it up,
lap.
Michael,
in this
bring it
car.
up. Oh, no, scary.
It's
I keep
gonna
mixing
be
it
fun
with the-
rebounding through. I feel like, especially here, it's gonna be very tough to defend with the 4, possibly 5 wide racing. We're gonna get, especially in the later laps of this race. But you know, as long as I come out of here with good points, I'll be happy.
Another good scheme back here, starting last and tail end of the field at 10 car.
Alright, now finally we'll round it all off with the number 10 of McFarlane. McFarlane, man. It's been a very... That's not McFarlane who signed up for the team.
No, it's just some random dude. His scheme must not been working, so he just picked a scheme that was not taken
Alright, well,
in the server right now. That's Randu.
Randu. Well, Randu, I mean, so much, unfortunately, starting at the rear end of the field, but you're going to try to make your way up through the field today. You're going to be able to do so because, man, oh man, it's still be chaotic.
That maybe no mic.
Possibly. Let me see if
I don't think he has a mic.
Anyways, Scary, do you want to interview since we missed you since you were eating? No, okay. Well, I guess, how much time do we got left? Got 7 minutes. I can do, a track overview if you want. I can hop in a little car right now.
Yeah, let's see it.
I want to slow lap here.
Pickles. Atlanta
As
winner.
you can see here, both turns taken right can be flat out right here. You kind of want to enter high so you don't drift down and hit this apron. You want to be as close to that apron as possible without hitting it. And then you want to get a nice arc off the corner. And most importantly, you want to be able to get a nice run on that car in front of you using the draft. Or in this case, this pull away from the car behind you using the draft back here. And then down the back straightaway, decently long back stretch. Going to see some good drafting action down there. Possibly some drivers unleashing the dragon. Into turn 3 and 4, it's about to say you want to kind of enter a little bit high and just be perfectly down on the right stripe. Not in the apron like I did there. And then you want to come off the final turn with a good head of steam down the front straightaway, and most likely the line will be all the way up here. Yeah, all the way up here down the front straightaway looking for that draft, possibly some action down below. And then we also got a speed trap up here in turn 1 right here. Obviously not very good right now because that was obviously not a speed lap, but that's a lap here at Auto Club. Can't wait to see the chaos.
Well, good luck to you. Well, thank you, Mr. Pickles. Good luck to all the drivers. We will indeed. Well, before we do get rolling off here today, should probably take a look at the qualifying results. You know, just to waste a bit more time because we do have some people waiting. Just a bit, but Parker did get the pole by nearly 0.2 of a second here today. Well, it's gonna be a very fun race for sure. Before we get going green, I'd like to show people this quick intro. And welcome back, everybody, to the Kyle Busch IndyCar series right now. We do have, we are right now waiting till like 8 p.m. EST, where we will be going green here today at Auto Club. So glad you're with us. Oh, NASCAR dude, welcome up to the stream here today. And yeah, it's gonna be a fun one for sure. Just 4 minutes till we get ready to go green here. And yeah, it's gonna be an interesting race for sure. It's gonna be a fun day of racing. We do apologize, folks, but this was the scheduled time for us to begin this race here today, and it is going to be a great race for sure. Let's call for all the IndyCar drivers at the moment. It'll likely just be me. Nick is actually trying to get on to the stage and join me in the booth today. But yeah. Speaking of which, I want to show you guys something that Chase is right now in, because man oh man, you know, if you guys did not know, here today, Chase for Life is in contention for the MWRT D2 Series Championship. So as of right now, I believe he's racing. Hold on. Sorry for that, I had a sneeze, but yeah, he will be racing on MWRT D2. If y'all want to see what the intro is like, I'll show it to you guys right now.
Guess we got a little off track, but love knows a way back through the storms and pouring rain.
Green flag.
Got my hands on the wheel and I'm flying. Heartbeat loud as the thunder rolls. Riding in on a stampede of lightning bolt. I'm bringing back the sunshine. Bringing back the sunshine. Baby, it's about time. Whoa. Bring it back. Oh, yeah.
Welcome back, everybody, to Auto Club here today, and the clock has struck 8 p.m. Let's see how things are going to turn out from here. McFarlane right now in the number 10. There's a bit of conflict right now with two of the cars. Let's take a look at right over here. Randu has to change his team, I believe. And I'm joined up in the booth today by AXJ. He's right now in the commentary VC. He's right now deafened, but okay. Anyways, we got more cars actually joining. What in the world? Last minute. Jesus. Okay, so Nick will be joining the broadcast in just a little bit. Randu right now, I believe in the same number as McFallen, so there is a bit of conflict number-wise. Fallen. It's golf. I believe there's some conflicts relating with the numbers at the moment, so this isn't good. For many drivers. I know for a fact. The 5. Let me take a look. 5 right now is scary. Apologies for the delay, folks. Yeah, we are getting drivers on the grid. So meanwhile, we will take a look at your starting lineup. Starting on the pole with the number 2. With the number 2 of Parker. He will start alongside. Take a look at the roster. Apologies for all of the mishap and stuff. It's my first ever race. But it'll start next to the number 3 of Cooper, and also in that row will also be the number 5 of Scary. Behind him will be the number 1 of CCS, and then it will be the 14 of C-Mark. But now I am joined up in the booth today by a very special guest, actually owner of the league. It is Nick. Nick, welcome up to the booth. What can we expect for today's race?
I don't know. I mean, the practice session, they had Scary and they had McCry at the top of the boards a lot of the time. So what I think it's going to be one of those 2 drivers winning today, and I think it's going to be chaos, a lot of wrecks. Wouldn't be surprised to see some pack racing. Wouldn't be surprised to see some flips. I think it's going to be a really good first ever IndyCar race in the league as we are pacing, it looks like.
Yeah, and also all the drivers have been asked to go 3x3 for the restart, but I'm assuming not. Hasn't changed the laps yet. But I believe it'll be green this time.
So a 3x3, that's traditional 500-mile race start. They did it at Auto Club in IRL, and doesn't look like we're going green this time.
Standing start.
Standing start.
Yeah,
standing start from race control. There you go. So there must be a situation where they can't pace or they don't feel comfortable pacing. Standing start. That should make it for an interesting start.
Yeah, FYI, there is something different about MWRT and this and Drift's IndyCar. It's harder to actually get the laps set the laps that you want. So compared to that, there's a specific command that you gotta type in. I've been in many custom games and had to do the exact same thing. But yeah, that will be a big key factor in today's race. Cars are actually respawning, mainly because they want to save fuel. So, Nick, you row race more than me. What can we expect?
Well, what I saw in the practices was a little bit I did on track. I didn't go in the group practice. Doing a 3-wide standing start that looks majestic. But what I think is that it's going to be a little bit spread out. I think your leader in clean air is going to get a lead. I think he'll get caught. I think it'll be semi-pack racing. If you've ever watched the 2015 Fontana IndyCar race, I think this is what this race is going to look like.
And indeed, it likely will. Parker going to lead us off. Cooper in second. And then it'll be the 14 on the outside. That is C-Mart. Getting ready to come to the green flag. In tribute of Kyle Busch, this is how come the IndyCar division is called the Kyle Busch IndyCar Series.
Yeah. Also, happy birthday to Samantha Busch. It's her birthday today. I know it's not a very happy birthday for her, but here we go. We're getting the command.
And the timer strikes. 3, 2, 1. Green flag is out, and we are officially underway in the IndyCar Series. Good launch for the 14. C-Mart out of the way with the race lead, and it's a 2 of Parker. Battling hard against the number 3, but in the middle goes the 14.
14 had a jump there. I don't know if he jumped the race start or if he just timed that perfectly, but they're 4 wide.
Yeah, it's the 5 of Scary mistaking that. Sorry about that, folks. He'll have to back out. A big jump for him before the race lead. It's the number 10, McFarlane. Gonna battle hard. He's gonna slide up the racetrack. And now for the race lead, Parker on the rear bumper of number 14. C-Mart out of turn number 4 and coming to the line. He will lead lap number 1 of the series.
See, I think what happened was I think they might have told the 14 to back off a little bit because I can't imagine they would have caught him that quickly. I think what happened was they had to make him give the spot back for a jump start. I don't know if that's really what actually took place, but...
Oh, trouble in a row goes the 2! Into the back! Back straight away! Hard into the outside wall, spinning. And I believe one of the parts has come apart here at Auto Club. No caution. We will have to stay green according to the race officials. At the moment, it is still the battle for the race lead heating up.
That battle for the race lead heating up. That 14 car in the draft is kind of a breakaway that's wrecked there. Really broke things up. As I gotta tell you, Interstate, I like that 14 car here early on. I think he's fast. Let's see if he can catch up to the 3. The 3 car looks strong, though. He was the second Penske on that front row, but had a really nice qualifying effort, and here he is leading the race with some clean air.
Cooper right now still at the front of the field with a 14. Oh, C-Mart trailing behind him. The 3 gonna slide up the racetrack in a turn number 4. Also take a look at the battle happening right behind him. 2 cars battling hard for position, but up front though, it's still the battle for the race lead between Cooper and the number 10. McFarlane gonna send it in on the number 1 car. That battle happening right behind, but it's still the number 3 of Cooper pulling away from the rest of the field.
I just want to point out this number 1 just drove by a front wing that was actually left behind by him. He was in that wreck with the 2 car, lost his front wing, but here he is. Might not have the downforce he wants, but yeah, he's up there. He's got a fast car. If he's gonna drive like that without a wing, he's gonna be pretty hard to beat with one. They lost all that downforce. You lose your downforce without a wing.
Yeah, FYI, folks, compared to like most other road racing games, you know, downforce is gonna be very important because of the super draft. As a matter of fact, we've seen it in Indianapolis. That is coming up in just a few weeks. Many drivers trying to attempt the Indianapolis double. So it will be interesting to see, you know, if they will be able to pull it off. So much battling happening in the front of the field. We will now show the scoring at the moment. It is still the number 3 of Cooper pulling away from the rest of the field. Right behind him is the number 14 of C-Mart.
Yeah, and you know what it looks like here, what's happening here in Interstate is, we saw him running that bottom to start, but now, honestly, as the tires are starting to get a little warm, they're starting to get a little wear on them. It looks like the cars are starting to migrate towards that top, trying to find some clean racetrack and some more speed up there. As we know, that's definitely what helped a lot of cars in practice. I did a practice with the owner of this series, actually. The top is really good early on. I think the top could prevail all race, honestly. We'll have to see. But, I mean, yeah, the 66 is trying it. He's got the 10 to the out to his inside. Let's see if he's going to be able to tub him here. It looks like he's going to be able to. So, yeah, I think the top line is the line. I think it looks like most of everybody's running it. So, yeah.
Yeah, 66 with a huge run down this long straightaway. And in a turbo 1, so much battling happening in the back. Still the 66 in front of the 10. But what a masterclass performance by the 3 of Cooper overall, man. Down the back straightaway with over a second lead. You know, in NASCAR, you know, in our NASCAR division, it wouldn't seem much, but in IndyCar, with how high how much high speeds they reach. It really is that big of a difference.
I thought the racing would be a little more tight than this, honestly, but this reminds me of, maybe a normal intermediate race with this package. I know at Texas and Pocono were like the only two tracks with this aero kit, but other than Indianapolis, but we saw this at Texas, kind of cars a little more strung out a little bit as, hey, we see the one car trying to bust a move here, trying to go into P2 without a front wing.
Cooper still on front with the rest of the field. CCS gonna put to the outside and around goes the 14. Seymour around on the back straightaway, and he's able to save it. An incredible save at a 14, but the one has severe damage at the moment. The front wing is tore up. So that he will lose a ton of ground on the number 14 car.
We hasn't had that front wing since like lap 2, so no suspension damage, no reset warranted. So I think he's gonna be fine. He didn't lose that much ground. Neither one of them lost that much ground. And honestly, if you're the 14, the 1, especially if you're the 1, maybe even the 66, you're in a good spot right now. You're behind 2 cars. You're in a good spot to save some fuel here. Fuel in Indycar, save all you can. There's been many times where some races in IRL, Indy 500s, they come down the fuel mileage. Cooper out there obviously burning the most fuel because he's in the lead, but it could be beneficial for Cooper maybe to get behind the 14 or even the 1 to try to save that little bit of fuel, because you never know when you'll need it later on in the race.
Yeah, and right now it's still CCS in front of the number 66 car without that front wing. Very incredible, but the 66 will have the advantage. He runs up to the top. Won't be enough though. Will be able to make up some ground as they hit on the back straightaway. It's still the number 1 right in front of him.
Yeah, and look, the pack's kind of forming a little bit. You got the 3, but then they're really catching the 3 here. So, the pack, they are all coming back up together here. This is going to get good here in a second. Yeah, here comes the 14.
And the 66 makes some contact with the number 1. Big contact up in the front of the field. But right now we're going to take a look at the battle for the race lead between Cooper and Seymour. Seymour going to send it in into turns 1 and 2. The 3 going to give him 7 out of 30 air, and he's closed the gap. Down the back straightaway they go.
We got a pit penalty. It's for Chiefs fan, scared, but he's got to go AFK real quick. No harm, no foul there. Yeah, I'm looking at the telemetry of this one car interstate, and yeah, he's saving fuel here. He's lifting off pretty well in the corners as you need to. 66 ran a little too high. He's up in the fence, but he'll have a nice run off. I'll let you take it away. We got a side-by-side battle for the lead.
Yeah, side-by-side for the race lead between Seymour and CCS. And Cooper, he's going to slide up the track just a little bit. That's going to allow for the number 14 to take the position out of turn number 1. He's still going to be side-by-side. He runs out of the apron. Contact made. And a huge run out of the 3. It's Cooper to get to the point.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. That top line, you get so much more a run there. We saw the 1 on the bottom, the shorter distance around the track, and now that because of that, the 14's now going to drop a spot to the 66, probably.
Still side by side for a second as they enter out of turn number 1. Oh, we got a car with a penalty penalty. I don't know who it is, but still side by side for a second between the 66 and the 14. Scary. Down the front straight they go. Heading into turn number 1.
Scared at the pit penalty, but remember he is AFK, so not really much he can do about that. Look at this. Cup regular. McFarlane up here. Parker up here. Good night. Got some Cup regulars up here trying to get the lead. I know, who is that? 3 wide. I know that 1 car, he's going to be a Cup regular. Yeah, so it's good to see some Cup regulars as well as some Indycar regulars up here battling out. Good battle for, I think that is, P3 in here. You see what I talked about with the 14? He made that move, and when he made that move, he was on the bottom of the track and was going to come up. He had to lift off the gas just a little bit, and when he did that, it now has mired him back into traffic in a place where he probably doesn't want to be right now.
Yeah, he's right out side by side with the 2. Oh, Parker, a big bump at number 10 of McFarlane. Into the wall with the 14. Seymour losing a ton of ground, and he peeks back down to the inside, using the draft from the number 10, McFarlane down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. He runs up high, but he gets bumped out of the way. Here comes CCS down the inside. Now it's Parker to send it 3 wide out of turn number 4. They'll be side by side for 4th as they head on front straightaway.
Yeah, some very solid, aggressive racing. And now the 1 and the 14, who both me and you thought were really fast and looked really strong, they're now kind of at the back of this. You know, I know this isn't a spot they want to be. They got so much dirty air in front of them, you know. But I still think that the 1 and the 14 are fast when they're in clean air. We saw that 14 get the 3, tried to make a move for the lead, obviously. And now it's up to the 66. So it looks like that's McCry, if I remember right, that is trying to go up there and get that lead. Let me double check. Yeah, that is McCry up there trying to get the lead. Running the bottom is actually making it work.
And now Parker under attack by the number 1. CCS going to peek down to the inside, side by side as they head on to our front straightaway. And now into turn number 1. Parker making a little bit of contact with the wall. Now he's going to try to make a move on the number 10 of McFarlane. Not able to get there. And still McFarlane in front of the 2 of them. He blocks the number 2 just in time. Down the back straightaway. Another big block by the 10. And now Parker going to peek to the inside. Side by side between the 10 and the 2 as they head into turn number 3.
Yeah, and I'm watching, and the 3 car, honestly, he just looks so comfortable in clean air. Like, when they do catch him, they can't complete the pass. Now, I mean, he's got the lead now over the 66, who was catching him. And it's so, you know, it's just so hard to tell, honestly, who's got the best cars, who doesn't, because you see cars catch up there and then they fade back. I think obviously the best car right now is the 3. We don't know how well he's going to handle in dirty air. No, but what we do know is he's the fastest car in clean air right now and will be hard to beat. It's been caution-free racing and really good racing. Look at this battle here between Parker and 4 wide.
Oh boy, and the 14 gonna have to back out, entering turn number 3, and now it's the 10 to slide up the track. That's gonna allow for the number 2, all Parker to take advantage and get clear of the battle, but CCS right behind the number 2 car, down the front straightaway they go. He's trying to make a move, but unfortunately, with that missing wing, it likely won't come. But now he heads to the inside. He's getting near the back of the number 2, heading into turn number 1. It's still the 2 and the 1 battling hard.
I'm watching this, and we got to remember Parker was wrecked. He wrecked with this 1 car earlier on in the race. I think it was lap 2 or 3. Well, it's lap 16, and he's back up here in the fight. So that 2 car's got a really strong car as we see the 1 go up into the wall. But I'm also watching these throttle traces from everybody. Nobody is braking. They're only lifting, which is what you would expect. But, you know, sometimes you see people sometimes people like to use the brakes then to let off. I'm not saying that's an efficient way, but I know people do it. And it's also a good fuel saving way. You can start at the top, you can dive it to the bottom off the gas and not lose that much time. I think the battle for the lead we got cars stuck together.
Oh, into the wall.
Oh man, those are teammates there. I think the 1, and that is the 1 of, I don't know if they're teammates, but CC Speed and McFarlane. Oh, he's in the wall. Oh, that was close. And I want to point something else out. The battle for the lead's heating up. We talked about 66 and the 2, but look who's joined them. That 2 car. Not the 2. I meant the 3 when I said 66 and 3. But the 2 has joined these guys. I mean, he is there. He's got a fast race cars. Battle for the lead.
Mukariv gonna peek down to the inside, side by side for the race lead, and now it's the 3. Cooper gonna slide up the track. That's gonna allow for number 2, all Parker, his teammate, to draft off him. Down the back straightaway they go, and into turn number 3, Cooper gonna send it in. Into turn number 3, they're gonna slide. Entering turn number 4, and the 66 gonna go into the wall. That's gonna allow for Cooper to take advantage. They'll still be side by side for the race lead as they head on front straightaway.
And something about these cars is, I believe, if you are tucked up underneath the rear wing of another car, it will actually push them forward. You're not really bump drafting, but it pushes them forward. The air pushes you forward, and you get that just enough, maybe come to the line where you can use that, and maybe you win by a hair. But that 3 car, man, he was vulnerable. He got the lead stripped from him. I think it was last time down the back straightaway, and now look where he is. He's back to the lead, so he has got a very fast car. Also, watch Parker. That last time, he left off the throttle last time by on the backstretch. Had a run on them. He didn't take it. He backed off. maybe saving some fuel, doesn't want to be in that mess, maybe he didn't wanted to time it better. Let's see if McCry can get the pass done here. He's going to try the inside, but just like I said, Interstate, I think that top is just so much better. Because look who else they're bringing the field into this now. Yeah, but Cooper just let him have it. Oh,
what a move by the 2, and he gets passed by his teammate. Cooper battling hard against the number 2 on Parker, and now McFall gonna throw his hat in the ring. He gets near the back bumper. It won't be enough. It's still Parker out to second as they battle hard for third.
Yeah, and they're battling hard in the 66. Let's see what he can do with Kleiner. This is also the first time all day we've really seen the 3 in some dirty air. So, it makes me wonder if the 3 did that to try to get back a little bit, save some gas. Oh, man, big hit from the 14. And, yeah, speaking of the 14, he hit the 10, but I want to go back to the 14 a little bit. Remember how I talked about it didn't look like he had early on I said I thought he had a strong car. Well, he faded in the back, but now his backup here comes Cooper.
Cooper gonna send it in a turn number 3, and he's gonna slide into the wall. Goes the 2, and he's able to get past the number 3 car. What a move! It is Parker to get to the point. 1 car pitting. It's McCry right now on a pit road, the first on the screen flag pit cycle. But right now it's Parker out to the front of the field as they get really stacked up in the back. McFarlane gonna take away second, and now it's the 1 of CCS battling hard against the number 10.
Well, your fastest cars either A, have pit, or B, they're in the middle of the pack. I think Parker is the 3rd fastest car from what I've seen. From what I've seen, but what I have seen is later on into the tire life, later on in these stints, the 10 and the 14 really come alive as Parker's pitting.
Yeah, there goes the 2, and there goes the number 10. Both of them competitors in the Cup Series, and that will allow for the number 14 to battle hard against the number 1. This is a battle for the race lead. CCS out in front with the race lead, and the 14 of C-Mart trailing right behind him as they head on the back straightaway.
Yeah, and Cooper pit with those guys. Let's see the blend right here, Interstate. McCry pit, maybe try to do the undercut. Maybe the overcut works a little better because you're in a pack. Oh man, I got some slow-mo lag, but you think the overcut might work because you're in a little bit of a pack. You got the draft, because the draft is going to be important as this race goes on. So yeah, let's see the blend here.
And here come the leaders on a pit road, and whoa, the number 14 able to get on a pit road just in front of them. So it's going to be C-Mart to enter in a first on pit road here. Number 15 right now coming into his stall as well. Randu right now pulling out in the number 11 car. But here we go. Xbox getting out of his pit stall. It's now the 14 C-Mart out in the way. Gonna try to LePage the field right now. And here we go. Parker will be our race leader, able to get in front of the field just in time. McRive in second, if he could be able to LePage the pitters just in time.
Yeah, and the 2 had a crazy pit stop, like a really good pit stop. My only concern would be for the 2. Wait, the 2 never pit, did he? Did the 2 pit?
Let's take a look. I think he pitted. Yeah, I think he pitted on the first cycle, which got, like, the leader.
This would explain his fast stop. Look at that fuel number. He has significantly less fuel than everybody else. If he did indeed pit, which I think he did. So this explains his big lead. He didn't take the fuel that everybody else did. Let's go through the field. Yeah, I'm looking through the field. Everybody's got 2,200, 2,300. He's at 863 right now. He has got a big fuel deficit now. Could this be a strategy call? Maybe come in at halfway pit and you only got 1 more stop from there. I don't know. I mean, I think it's 1 stop from here anyway. So I don't really know. Obviously, he's a Cup guy, not familiar with the Indy cars, and maybe the pit stops work. The pit stops definitely work different. So maybe that's just a kink he's got to get used to, and he's going to pay the price. He didn't get the fuel he needed into that car. I know earlier, they practiced pit stops. They practice pit stops just about every practice session. So if he has to pit, I think that would give the 66 a McCry the lead. I think. Yeah. And it's also interesting, the two cars got the less fuel load that gives the 66 some more downforce. Can the 66 run up there? Because right now he's with the main pack. Can the pack run up there? Really good pack is. It works about the same in IndyCar as it does NASCAR. NASCAR, you lose the draft. You're going to lose a lot of time. You're going to go to the back. IndyCar, if you're out there and way in front of the pack will run you down. Now, it's harder to go to the back in IndyCar, but if it's a wide, especially Indianapolis, but if it's a wide track like California, they will easily be able to split you 3-4 wide, and you will go to the back quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Take a look at McCry, still pulling away from the 14 of Seamart. Man, oh man.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Seamart's catching. I think the 14 early on in the tire life is a very fast car. Middle of the tire life, he starts to fade a little bit. But then at the end of the tire life, we saw everybody coming up. So I think at the end of the tire life, I said a couple of cars, the 10 and the 14 to me specifically. But I think at the end of the tire life, man, if the tire life is at its end, at this end of the race, it could be anybody's win. Honestly, it's anybody's win right now. Parker, I think, might have shot himself in the foot. Man, yeah, let's go check out his fuel. Looking at his fuel right now, he is at 575. So he's going to have to make a pit stop soon, as the pack is catching him, too.
Yeah, right now, the only car who has not pitted at the moment, still Parker trying to pull away from the rest of the field. My goodness, what a performance he's had. It will all unfortunately come crashing down. One needs to catch up to him when he does pit. And now McCry going to go down to the apron. That 14, like you said, Nick, he is catching up to the 66. Here comes Seamart down to the inside, but he sends it in, slides behind the number 66. The battle for second and possibly the race lead is now heating up.
Well, if I'm Seamart, I don't want to force.
Oh!
If I'm Seamart, I don't want to force the pass on the inside yet. I want to be patient. I want to be careful. Last time he went for the pass, he did it just now and lost so much time. I remember he tried to do it to Cooper early on. It sent him straight to the back and took him about 20 laps to recover when the tires were at the end of their life. So, and you also mentioned the 2 car having a great race. Yeah, but he's got so much less fuel than everybody. I mean, he's at 408, he's at 400 now. So that number 2 shell machine, he will be in the pits anytime as we are approaching halfway here in California.
The battle for third right now here between the 3 of Cooper and the 14 of Seamart. Seamart able to get away, and now he's chasing down the number 66 down the back straightaway and in a turbo 3.
Yeah, and it's amazing how there's only been, I think, 1 true wreck all day. That was the 2 and the 1. And I say that, and they get really tight off the corner. Here comes Cooper. He was really fast earlier today. He's going to actually get a little bit of a push from the 14.
Oh!
He wrecked him. Oh, my gosh. How did he do that?
And around goes the 3, spinning in a turbo 1. An absolute race killer for him. He is now going to hope for a caution, but Mukrive right now battling hard against the number 14 of Seamart. Up to the outside he goes, side by side for second as they head in a turbo 3.
Oh, be careful, 3 car. That's the 10, and that is the...
Oh, no! 14 into the wall. Will he be able to get out of it? He is. And now he's still side by side for second with the 6 of Mukrive. Seamart with a huge run, and now a 14 will receive a 1 out of 3.
No, you got to remember, the 10 is way back there as well with the 3. They had awful pit stops. I saw the 3 come up. He actually clipped the wing of the 1 car. 1 out of 3 wrecks. We need 2 more cars to wreck in order for there to be a caution. I would love to see this race out because, I mean, now I don't know if it's clear to you, Interstate, but to me, it's very clear that the race is going to be decided by this 66, 14, or 1 car, assuming there are no cautions or no fuel strategy involved. We know that they have to pit at least 1 more time. We know the 2 is going to have to pit at least twice. I don't think he's going to be able to go to. I don't think he's going to be able to 2 stop it. No, I don't think he's going to be able to 1 stop it. I think it's going to be 2 stops. I think he crushed his race. I expect to see that third the 2 car coming into the pits sooner than later. I would not be surprised if it's this lap. He's only got a couple more laps left of Shell renewable race fuel in that tank. He's trying to coming in this time. 2 car in this time. Don't speed. Yeah, that was a good entry. He's just got to spend more time in the box. Interstate, if you're watching this 2 car, you might see how long he stays in the box. Coming in, holding a nice pit speed. He's gonna turn into his box soon. Box is way down towards the end of pit lane. Gotta sit in it until your fuel gets all the way to the maximum amount, and it's gonna have to take maximum fuel. Oh man, he's running out of gas. 3, 2, 1. Oh, he's gonna back up. He's getting fuel. The 2 car almost fueled up. He is now fueled up. He is good to go. Resume his race. As looks like the 1 car is backed up to the 70. Is that the 76? Oh, we got a car. We got a crash. Well, I don't know if it's a crash.
Oh man, there's so much debris right now. In turn number 2. Big crash. That's McFarland in the number 10.
Oh, yeah, a lot of damage. Oh man.
And will they throw the caution out for debris? Oh my goodness. Every car trying to avoid it. They may have to throw the yellow. 2 out of 3. So 1 more, and then we get a caution. But this is not safe as a matter of fact. Unless McFarland respawns, then there's going to be a problem.
McFarland respawned. He respawned. He used one of his 3 respawns.
So that's good. But that may lead to the leaders possibly coming up on debris. That's if the car actually deletes. Right now for the race lead, it is the 66 Mucrive trying to fend off the number 14 of C-Mart down on the front straightaway and in a turbo 1.
I like this C-Mart. He's biding his time a little more. He's being just a little bit more patient than he was last run. I think if he could get the pass, I think he could have a chance of keeping the lead, maybe win. He only came into the server yesterday, so Indycar's brand new. And I just want to say they're bringing in the who is that? Is that the 15 or the 76 of Xbox fan out? I want to say that's the 50. Is it what number is that? Can you tell?
Xbox. That's the 15. That's the 15. And now he peeks out to the inside.
Yeah, it's the 15. My bad. That's stupid. I should know who my own drivers are. But yeah, the 15. We not mentioned him all day Interstate. He is one driver I don't think me or you has said a peep about. And look, he's up here in the top 4 with only 32 to go, and he's got just as good of a chance as any of these drivers up there in this top 4 to pick up a win in the first ever IndyCar race.
Yeah, how about that for Ryan? And then a wall goes C-Mart. That's going to make him lose a little bit of ground. It's still Mucrive out to the front of the field. 31 laps to go here at Fontana. And now CCS going to drop behind number 14. He peeks down low. Now to the inside of the turbo 1. Side by side for second as they come on the back straightaway.
And the 1 car is going to give a little bit of a bump to that 66. And that little push, I don't know if they touched. Like I mentioned, that air just pushed him forward, and when it did that, it obviously gave him the lead. But now the 14 is going to try the outside again, and I like this. He's biting his time just a little more. He's still biting his time a little bit more than he was earlier. He did the bottom too soon, and that sent him all the way to the back. He did the crossover, and the 66 got a runoff, but they're side by side, and the 66 clears.
Down onto the back straightaway and onto the front, down on the front straightaway. The 14 gonna peek up high, but the 66 able to block him just in time. Here comes the 14 near the back on the number 66. Mucrive trying to fend him off, and C-Mart gonna peek up high, but a big block out of Mucrive. Down the back straightaway to go. It's to the 66 out to the front of the field.
And something I want to point out, we see at the end of Indy 500 races all the time in IndyCar, weaving to try to break the track. You can't exactly do that in these cars. Well, you can, but it slows you down a lot. So it's going to be interesting. Are drivers going to be more hesitant to do that at the end of the race? Or are they not?
And the 66 pushes the 14 into the grass. And now it's C-Mart side by side with Mucrive for the race lead. The number 1, CCS, gonna split it 3-1. Side by side for second as they head out to number 2. And it's C-Mart out to the front of the field. on lap number 42.
Wow, that was a crazy exchange. It's going to be interesting to see if the 66 is going to be given any warnings for that. And no harm, no foul. But look at this. The wingless one car going for the lead.
No wing, no problem. It's CCS side by side with a 14-footer race lead, but no, it's C-Mart in front of the number 1. Here comes Mucrive down to the inside, side by side for second as they head into number 1. And here comes the 1, 3 wide for the race lead. CCS gonna have to back out, and now it's gonna be the battle for the race lead between a 66 and a 14. Mucrive gonna slide behind C-Mart, and it's still the 14 out to the front of the field.
Something else to point out is when you do get out of the draft, it will slow you down and you will get passed. Sometimes you can make a move going down the backstretch, but really when you want to do it is in the corner, because if you peek out down the backstretch, it can really get you out of the draft. And when that happens, you can get blown by multiple cars as they stay in drafts, as we see some side by side.
Yeah, side by side in the back between the 1 and the number 15. Xbox got the slide behind him, but for the race lead, Mucrive down to the inside on the number 14, side by side as they enter on the back straightaway, and a 14 gonna run up high. That's gonna allow for the 66 to get clear with the race lead. Battling right behind them is the number 1 and the 14. That's for second. And now heading into turn number 3. The 1 gonna send it in CCS. And here comes Xbox. He'll get to the rear bumper. And they'll be side by side for second as they head on the front straightaway.
Yeah, and now the 66. Is that a pitter? No. Okay, I thought that was a pitter. But the 14 now has lost a lot of time. You know, McCrive, you've obviously, pulling away. Just watching the throttle trace without 14. I'm not really seeing anybody send these corners full.
Oh, we got a car in the wall.
It's the 66. It's your leader. But what I was saying is you can go full throttle here now. It could be a fuel saving technique. It could be the dirty air. In practice, I can go full throttle, but that was only with one other car, and the air is so much cleaner than it probably is for drivers such as the 1 or the 15.
Still snaking on the front straightaway, and Seymour has caught up with the 66 of Mucrive for the race lead. These two have been battling fiercely throughout this entire race. The 14 gonna run up high, and into the wall he goes. Riding that wall, and now the number 1. 15 gonna send it in front of number 1. He'll take away third. Now he's gonna try to make a move on the number 14. Down the back straightaway to go to battle for second. Now heating up.
Remember, if one more car wrecks, it's a caution. So I know drivers like McFarlane, Randu, Cooper, they would love to see these leaders up here get into a wreck. Now remember, these guys pit. Parker will assume the race lead, but he's probably going to have to pit unless he has some insane fuel conservation efforts. And just looking at the amount of fuel these cars have left, Evan, I think they're just going to have to pit soon.
Yeah, absolutely. And the 15 of Ryan sliding up, but the 66 still in front with the race lead. The question now becomes, are they going to be able to fuel save, Nick? That's going to be the main question. Take a look at the battle for the third place. Here comes the number 1. He sends it in! Into the number 14. They slide, and into the wall goes C-Mart. Up into the wall. Xbox gonna run really wide up the racetrack. Mucrive still on front with the race lead as he tries to snake his way down the front straightaway. It's the 14 C-Mart trying to catch up to the 15 of Ryan. Up to the outside. It won't be enough. Ryan still remains in second.
Well, I don't think fuel saving. I think they can make it to the end. The only driver, they obviously will have to pit, but then after that they will be good. Driver we know who's going to have to obviously pit again, just had that big fuel issue. And, I kind of like that in the game. You have to be patient in your box. And that's proven critical. Parker's going to need a caution if he wants to even stand a chance. As the 1 car has really fallen off from these guys. If he can, it almost looks like it's just going to be the McCry.
Oh, trouble with around goes the 14 into the grass. Able to save it. What a save by C-Mart. He peeks down to the inside, but a slide behind the 15 of Xbox. Xbox now trying to chase the number 66. Up to the outside he goes. Side by side for the race lead as they head on the back straightaway.
McCry is saving. He is fuel saving hard. He is almost out of fuel. He's only at 30 fuel left. He's really going to have to hurry to get in the box. Just hope it doesn't run out of fuel here. Is he going to go another lap? That would be crazy. He's coming into pit this time. Let's see his entry. We know pit speed's around 60 miles an hour. He gets in 5, 4, 2, getting refueled now. That was very lucky that he had the fuel he did, because now he's down in the way, and the 66 has now gotten his service. So, like I said, he undercut it earlier, so obviously, naturally, these drivers are going to have about 1 to 2 more laps better on him, and it overcuts the move because you get the draft, and when you do that, obviously, you're going faster. As it looks like the 14 car maybe is coming down. I know he showed the bottom. He's going pretty slow. Yep, he's coming down. The one's coming down with him, Evan.
Yeah, here comes the 2 drivers who are second and third. It's C-Mart to get his pit stall really well right now. At the moment, Scary still has that penalty. But it's Parker trying to play the strategy perfectly. You do remember, though, with the gap, the reason why he's that far back in the back of the pack is because he played a different strategy compared to the rest of the field that allowed him to get a huge lead, about a 6-second lead. However, that gap is likely going to be cut down from the leaders right in front of him, as right now Ryan continues to pull away, which is a 20-second lead over number 14. Here comes C-Mart to pull out of pit road, and into the wall he goes! The rear wing, front wing destroyed. It is on the track.
That's going to be the caution, I think. He's still going. Let's see what race.
Oh, and the 66 to the bump to number 1. Mulcrive getting CCS out of the way. So much debris on the racetrack. Will that be the caution?
I think you got to put it out. That's just me. I think you have to throw it out. We've not seen this much debris on track yet. I think you have to throw the yellow here if you're Pickle. I know it changes the trajectory of the race, but I just think you have to throw the caution. There's so much debris on this racetrack. Here we go. Got to move for the lead.
Possibly for the race lead. The 14 of C-Mart battling hard against the number 66 on Mulcrive. Up to the outside and around the outside goes the 66. Mulcrive out in front with third. Possibly the race lead as the 14 of C-Mart losing a ton of ground without that front wing.
I think the 14's got a problem. He's getting passed like crazy. It's obviously not fuel that's an issue. I don't know what's wrong. The one doesn't have a front wing either. Maybe he's just getting back there. Maybe he's given a warning or something, like an unsafe release, and had to go back and give up a couple spots. I don't know, but we talked about this. Parker in the lead. He's gonna have to pit, but the thing that's going for Parker is he's way far back, but when he does pit, he can take so much less fuel than everybody, which is the only thing that's going for him. But I think if there's no caution, I think Mukrai is going to have it, because I don't know if the 1 and the 14 are going to get up there.
Well, about that, honestly, Mukrai, without a draft, I don't think he'll be able to fuel save, which has been a pretty big thing in today's race, fuel saving. That's a lot for drivers to make it really long throughout this entire race. So it'll be interesting to see, how things may turn out as we take a look at the battle between the 14 and the 1.
You're good to the end. You're not going to have to fuel save unless you're Parker, which obviously can't make it to the end anyway. So I think the only thing slowing him down is a caution or something unlucky happens. But I am looking, though, and Parker's coming in. Oh, almost sped the car. But
same story, different lap as a matter of fact. Parker right now getting his lead cut down once again, and Mulcrive taking the race lead with 16 laps to go here today at Fontana, California. CCS try to catch up to him, but as long as there is no caution, I think Mulcrive has this in the bag.
The only thing is he made a little bit of a mistake there, ran the apron, and I gotta say, the 1 and the 14, they might be working together here a little bit. I can see some visual gains here. If you look, they're relatively staying in line, trying to push each other a little bit, push each other forward. There's 16 to go, coming to 15 to go, 30 miles left in the race. Oh, the 14 just popped a wheelie. 14 just popped a wheelie. That's really going to hinder some of their progress here.
Oh no! Save it, man! And he's in the grass, able to save it. Still side by side with the number 1. Could be some difficulties with the number 1 and the 14. C-Mark to slide off the track into number 2, and it allows for the 1 to get side by side for second as they come on to the back road. And no, they will not. The 1 gonna have to slide behind him.
1 at this point just really, or the 66 rather, just really hoping this runs green, because the way the 1 and the 14 are racing now, I don't think they're gonna catch him. I don't see any of these two catching him. Maybe now. I think they're starting to gain. If you look right there, we're looking at the frame I was looking at, they made a gain. I don't know what happened to the 66. I don't know if they are just faster. There was a gain, and a pretty large gain.
Yeah, they're trying to close the gap right now. The battle for second heating up. And here comes the 14. C-Mark gonna make a move down to the inside. Still side by side for second as they enter onto the back straightaway. But at the moment, McCrive losing a ton of ground.
I don't know why you're bothering to pass here. I mean, he gets pass done. Well, you might not even get that. You really got to clear high. 6-6 got something wrong, guy Evan. I mean, he is just bleeding time to these two. You can see it. They have gained a lot in the past 2, maybe even 3 laps. He is bleeding lap time. And I'm looking at the throttle trace interstate, and the 14 and the 1 are now taking corners at full throttle. Earlier, I think that was a fuel saving tactic. Saving is out the window. I mean, I'm going to go take a look at the 66 car fuel. I mean, he should have enough to get to the end. I don't know why he wouldn't. But they're there. They are right there. So I spoke too soon. These guys, they are going to stand a chance at the end of this thing. Oh, whoa. What was that? Was that a car around?
Oh, boy. Don't know who that was at the moment. I think everybody able to keep it green right now. But look at that. The gap has closed. Here comes C-Mark up to the outside and now drafting behind the 66. The gap has gone from 1 second to 0.35. Here comes the 14. Down to the inside, side by side for the race lead. And the number 66 is a problem. McCrive gonna run up top. Almost into the wall. They'll be 3 wide for the race lead as they come on our front straightaway.
Oh, goodness. This is intense also. I thought I saw a car around last time. It wasn't. I thought it was the 10 car McFall, it wasn't. It was the start-finish line that looks just like that 10 car. It's the same shade of blue. 14's bleeding time. Something happened. He's getting overtaken by the 15. Which the 15, really, I mean, the 66's car, he's in perfect shape. But the 15, it's in good shape too. So, could he win? We've not spoken about him much today, but Ryan, he's closing, and he's closing on him pretty fast too.
Yeah, I just found out, Nick, who that 1 car is. His name's actually Carson. It's not CCS. But right now, he's trying to muster up a run on the 66 car. Just 10 laps to go here in Fontana, California. This race about to get insanely intense. 2 drivers under a blanket, and now Carson gonna peek down low to the inside and trap behind the 66 car. Down the back straightaway they go.
Yeah, and the 15, I don't know who his name is.
Ryan. It's Ryan.
It's Ryan? Okay, well, he's up there. Here comes the 1 tucked under that rear wing. He's making the move inside. McCrive really having to get out of the gas. It's getting tight.
Oh!
He made it work.
An egregious.
We got a car around. It's the 15, but he saved it. Now let's see how much lap time he loses because of that. Now the 1 car. This is really the first time all day where I think he's been in a great spot to take control. But the 66 is just so much better. So much of a faster car. He storms to the lead, cuts the air off from the 15. Now we're going to find out how quickly it takes for them to reel that 66 back in. It's now the 66 is putting a decent gap on these guys. I think once the 66 is back in some good dirty air, that he might not be a factor anymore. I said that about the 3 car. that turned out to be right, even though he got wrecked. But right now, barring incident, we are looking at a caution-free opening race for this IndyCar series.
8 laps to go. The 66 not hoping that there is no caution. And now it's Ryan a peek down to the inside. Side by side for second as the 66 continues to try to hold off the rest of the pack.
Well, maybe the 66 wouldn't mind a caution. You got 3 very fast cars right behind you. A caution, obviously single file. You know, it's going to be hard to make a move. You control the restart and get out to a big lead. Obviously, as we've seen, interstate, you get out to a lead, it takes a couple laps to be reeled back in.
Yeah, and the 14 and the 1 go into the wall. That's going to allow them to get clear on the number 15 of Ryan down the front straightaway and heading towards turn number 1. It's still Seymour trying to close the gap.
We got a battle. I think this might be for 5th or 6th. Got Parker, got Cooper. You got Bandu.
Oh, 3 wide.
Yeah. You also got McFarlane up there. This is a pack that is definitely capable of producing a caution. They're getting aggressive. They really could use a caution in a second pack, man. It's tight. I'm gonna say your lead pack is now on the front stretch, but I'll tell you, the 14, he's catching back up. I don't know if it's too little, too late, but if he can get up there, I know he's gonna be aggressive. His only concern is that he just gets up there and other cars are so much quicker than he is. There's really not a whole lot he can do, but if he can get the lead, he's going to have to really make some defense. He's going to have to really drive defensive, as we got contact in the second pack. The 2 and the Randu. Oh, they're in the wall. Some good racing in that other group, man, I got to say.
A big contact, and now Randu gonna slide down to the inside. Parker hitting a track bump, and now the 3. Cooper gonna make a move into the wall to the 2. Contact made. Randu also into the wall, and the last for the number 3 to gain a run. Right now, the battle between the 15 and the 1 is heating up. That's for 3rd, but at the moment, for the race lead, Seymour catching up to the 66 with just 5 laps to go.
There's 5 to go, but that's enough time. I think the 14 can really, he's been catching him now. I really think that 14 car, he's settled down. He's been trial and error for him so much this race that I think if he can, he's learned 4 to go. It's getting pretty intense up here.
And it paints up to the outside. Nearly side by side for the race lead, but no, Mulecrive still out front with the race lead, and it'll welcome the 14. Seymour running the top. That allows for Mulecrive to try to extend the gap just a little bit. 2 laps till there are no more yellows, so they need 1 car to wreck. Down the back straightaway to go. It's still Mulecrive out to the front of the field.
Yeah, which that gets those guys fighting. 48 to 2 to 3. It gets those guys insanely nervous. They get some rambunctious. They're going to race aggressive. They know that there's not going to be a yellow. 3 to go at the line for McCry. It can't end soon enough. He's got the 14 hounding down on him. And if those 2 slip up, you're going to have the 1 and the 15 right there. They're all there. But the 14, though, he keeps going too high. He's hitting the wall.
And so much ground lost for Seymour. The battle for second heat up between Ryan and Seymour. Down the back straightaway. The 14 will be clear of him just in time. A big block out of number 15 for 3rd. And now it's Mulecrive. And a caution comes out. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
With just 1 lap till 2 to go. That is going to do it. That is going to likely send us to a 1 lap dash. Unreal.
I don't know. Evan, I think it's going to be a 1-lap shootout here. What's going on?
I think there might have been a race back to the line, unless they're pacing. Yeah, so...
Well, if that's a race back to the line, McFarlane's the leader. If that was a race back, McFarlane's the leader. You saw he took the lead. I don't know if that was a race back. He missed what happened. Parker controller died, and... Oh, man, Parker never does that. He's going to... I know Parker. He's going to feel so bad. So... I think it's going to be a 2-lap shootout to decide one in California. This should be fun.
Yeah, unreal. Yeah, that absolutely impacted this race severely. Mewcry gonna be the leader, a single file restart, not like what we had on the start of the race. So Mewcry
That's his only
will be your
race.
leader. Nick, what do you think's likely gonna happen, because this restart's about to get intense?
Well, I think the thing is, on the restart, McCry, if you're McCry, you just gotta have just a really good start. Everybody's gonna be bunched up. Don't be surprised, Interstate, if we see that big wreck. I would not be surprised mid-pack see somebody make a bold move and cause a big wreck.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here we go.
The timer
Here we go.
starting now. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's foot to the floor for Mewcry. 2 white flag in the air. 1 lap to go, and now it's C-Mart up to the outside, and it'll walk with the 14. Now to 15, Ryan gonna get near the back bumper to 66, and he peaks down low. Off the track of the 50, a big leg out of 66, fade out right behind him, and around goes Parker. Multiple cars going around, no cars, the wheels stay green. Mewcry out to the front, here comes the 14. C-Mart out of nowhere takes the race lead, into the wall he goes. Mewcry back in front, Parker.
What is this finish?
Here comes Cooper in the middle. Ryan in the middle. 3 wide. They come across the line. Contact made. And at the stripe, Ryan is the first winner of the Kyle Busch IndyCar Series.
Wow. What a finish. Where's that 14 car come from?
And now there's a white flag. There's a white flag actually. One more time around. McFarland gonna peek down low. Side by side for the race lead as they enter on the back straightaway. Contact made into the wall to the number 48 of Randu. Down the back straightaway. 4 wide right in the back, now 3 wide. Randu gonna send it in on the number 10. They slide. Contact made. Through goes Randu into the wall. Big hit for the number 48. And here they come to the line. Randu around, spinning, out of control. McFarland gets it done at Auto Club. What a finish.
We thought Ryan had it. It was a control tower failure. I think everybody else might have thought it was the end of the race too, just like me. Man, what a big wreck. You just gotta feel so bad for McFry, man. Wow.
Unreal. McFarland from the back. Unbelievable. From records to checkers. The 10 gets it. What a victory overall. Apologies for that first call, folks, because yeah, the scoring said it was the last lap. Apparently that actually was it was actually 2 laps ago. So it's interesting on what we were going to see on what just happened. But yeah, what a victory for McFarland. This moment presented by Gator Goose. Something new that we will be doing. They will be presenting all the victory moments, but McFarland burning it down on the front straightaway. Chase contender last season in the Cup Series, and now he is a IndyCar winner here today.
Holland was looking forward. He's looking forward to the Cup season. What happened to the Clash at Eldora tomorrow? I don't really know if McFarland expected this, but in true Alex Palou fashion on ovals, comes out of nowhere and steals it. Man, we thought the 15 had it won, but man, it is McFarland at the end of the day. Man, it's a scoring issue. I know Pickle will have to address that, but man, McFarland, the man, he's got the points lead, and honestly, you know, with that racing we saw, man, anybody could win this championship. I think McCrew and Cooper, they looked like the best cars all day. Obviously, Cooper got the wreck. Parker was pretty good. It was insane.
Yeah, right now, let's head to the driver VC because we gotta talk to our race winner here. Hold on, let's get McFarland. Yeah, let's head to the race VC real quick, Nick. Yeah, let's just
doing that call.
Yeah, let's
We got confused.
get
And we
McFarland back.
We thought the first 2 laps was the last one. We thought Ryan or whoever was at 15 had won. But because it said last lap, then there was a whole nother lap and we didn't know it.
That's because the ticker is messing up. I set it to the right laps and it did, but then it said last lap. But then I was like, no, it's 2 to go. So I know it was 2 to go, and then I fixed it. I took away 1 lap, and it turned into 3 to go somehow.
All right, I'll be right
So
back.
then I had to fix it again.
All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the bathroom. Nick, you'll take it away.
Okay, well, if McFallen does join, but let's hear from here he is. Here's your winner, McFallen, the number 10 American Legion Honda. McFallen, I mean, how'd you do it? You got in the wreck early on. We were surprised. We thought there was 1 to go on the restart. There was 2 to go. We saw you up there at the 48 tried to make a move. Obviously got wrecked, and then, or not the 48, but I don't know what the number is, but anyway, got stuck to your car. How'd you do it?
That was just so luck on my part. I was just hoping for a crossing because I got left down after Randu wrecked me, and then he just tried doing it again, and that time he failed. I thought I wasn't gonna win there.
Yeah,
just
go ahead.
Yeah, I just don't know how I did that. I thought that I was gonna be stuck to him, and I just finished last because I do so much speed.
Yeah, well, McFallen, thanks a lot, and congratulations on your first IndyCar win. Obviously, you know, heartbreaker for driver that 66. I don't know if he's got a mic, but I just know it's happened to me before. I've been up at the front of races before, leading 4 to go, 3 to go. We're off at turn 4, coming to the line to take 2 to go. If he takes that, the race is official. The 14, in my opinion, was not close enough to make a move, nor was the 15 or the 1. The caution came out. We were all surprised about that in the commentator's box. And then obviously the restart, and that was chaotic with the near flip from Randu and the win from McFallen. I'm gonna go. Interstate will join us back in a minute. Yeah, this is Nick. I plan on being back in the booth for next race, actually. So see ya.
One quick thing, I'd like to thank Pope Francis and Parker for being so clean. They were so clean during that race, and I want to mention it.
Everybody's pretty clean until that last lap, and you kind of got a little bit overzealous, I guess you could say.
You want to know how I got that lead? I did my old fashioned bump and run again.
No, you were there. That wasn't really a bump and run. You were there, and then he kind of like, it was weird.
Yeah, I had to run, and he slowed down more than I expected, and I just bumped him. Holy Mickey. Holy Mickey.
I want to thank everybody who showed up.
Also, they could thank Pickle for making this series happen.
Well, how does it feel nice to have the first sticker on your car, like the first win of the next season of Nick and Jason's League in general?
I'm never going to live this down. This is still so shocking to me that I was able to do this. I don't even know how I did this. So interesting. Hold up, I'm getting pinged from a different league.
6-6. Do you want to have it? Do you want to talk after that?
No,
Are you sad?
No, like I wasn't the fastest driver. I know that, but I think I was the smartest one because Like I did the third lowest lap in the race, so
Well, that's what
you know,
happens when you're kind of upfront the entire time. You don't have a draft.
yeah, but like the whole
Alright, I'm back. Thank you all so much for watching this stream. I apologize for like why I just said I had to use the bathroom.